Okay, yesterday we left off on verse 3, and I made some summaries, and I want to show you where I got those ideas from the observations. So let me give you the observations I make on verse 3, and I'm going to paste those in there so that we don't go through the process. So it's just going to be a quicker. So this is the first. So that in Greek is hina. And I did a search through the book as I was going through it, and there's 19 so that charges, so that clauses or hina clauses. That's one of the things I observed. And so he's talking about purpose is the knowledge of the Lord, so that you too may have fellowship with us. So the knowledge of the Lord leads to sharing, and that's really close to what Paul said in 2 Corinthians 5:14 and verses following, that the love of Christ controls him, that because he was saved and knew Christ, and he had to proclaim it. And then indeed again is emphasis. So he's telling us that this gives us, that his proclamation gives us the same level of fellowship that John has now with the Father and Jesus Christ, which is what Christ prayed in John 17:21. And it is in the question. Then the question I asked, just as something for me to look at later, is it the case that fellowship equals unity based on the Johannine theology? So what I do is I go through this. I ask questions of it. I put questions I've got down in the table. So we're going on to verse 4, and I want to talk about this one as well. It said, "In these things we write," and again, there's another Henoch clause, that so that our joy may be made complete. And so I'm gonna make some observations. Again, I'm gonna paste them in because I don't want to take the time to type them. And so I've already made the comment on 2 John 4 and 3 John 4 as being places that idea of joy shows up. So there it is again. So the purpose again, 13 times, so that our joy may be made complete. And the question I ask is, how does the writing of these things result in John's joy being made complete? And I referred again to 2 John 4 and 3 John 4. And my thought was, we view these guys as special. But John is saying here that we are on the even footing with him if we listen to his message and receive his message. So let's move to verse 5, and we're going to stop here today, and then we're going to go into some specific illustrations or observations on the conditional clauses the next time through. So this is the message we have heard from him and announced to you. And I'm going to rearrange this a little bit. Announce to you that God is light, and in him there's no darkness at all. Okay, so I'm going to actually make some observations again, and I'm going to cut and paste those in as well, so we don't have to type them, save some time. So, and the reason I got this highlighted, this is a key verse. So announce is the same key word. The Greek word is proclaim that we saw up here. Proclaim. This is the same word as announce. So it's a declarative proposition. Its causation is, this is the message, and all the rest results from this. And it's a further reference to John 1 because it says, again, as God is light, and in him there's no darkness at all. And I got some other observations I want to make on this one. So I'm going to do the layout and put a place for me to put, by turning this into text, some observations. So I'm going to make these observations here for you, and then again, what I'm doing this for is so I can capture all my thinking as I go through the study. So here we go. This is a declarative statement. Its message is being proclaimed. The rest of the chapter, and to some extent the book, is dependent on the next phrase. There is no shade with God. It is all light. And a lot of what we're going to see in the next conditional statements pull from 1 through 4 and also 1-5 and reinforce 1-5, and then the rest of the book flows out of this discussion. So that's where we're at today, and I'm going to stop here, and we'll take on the conditional statements again tomorrow.